Hello, everybody. My name is Michael Konstantino. I am the Chargé d'Affaires at the U.S. Embassy. Before I go into my prepared remarks, let me just say that I very much do share Paul's sense of optimism for the coming year. I think in any sort of period of change, there is some anxiety, but challenge really does bring with it new opportunities, challenges big and small. And with those words, and I think opening tonight with those words, that really does get us off to the new year with a very good start. So again, good evening to everyone, fellow ministers, excellencies, fellow colleagues in the diplomatic corps here today, our sponsors for tonight's event, and of course all of you, the business community that make up such a marvelous part of the mosaic here in Luxembourg. Thank you for this invitation. Certainly for years, the American Chamber of Commerce in Luxembourg has served as an invaluable bridge between the United States and Luxembourg, fostering stronger business relationships, supporting entrepreneurship, and promoting investment in both directions. This work, advocating for policies that benefit not only businesses, but also the wider community, is extraordinarily important. So thank you all. In many ways, AmSham reflects the broader relationship between the United States and Luxembourg. Our two countries have long stood side by side, whether on the battlefields of World War II, during times of conflict, in the pursuit of global peace and security, or through economic and commercial trade that enrich both of our nations. And I fully expect this to continue in the weeks, months, and years to come. On Tuesday, Marco Rubio was sworn in as our 72nd, I believe, Secretary of State, making him the very first confirmed member of President Donald Trump's cabinet by unanimous vote in the Senate, might I add. On his first day, Secretary Rubio, just yesterday, with all of the employees, diplomats, and members of the State Department family, shared a vision that our policy must be conducive to creativity, boldness, and new ideas as we work together to build a better future for our next generation. Marvelous words for all of us at the State Department, and I think really around the world. These principles truly capture the spirit of our bilateral relationship with everyone here in Luxembourg. The US and Luxembourg are true leaders in innovation, technology, and entrepreneurship. We are nations that dare to push boundaries and make the impossible possible. From fintech to green tech and space exploration, we are driving progress and opening new doors for economic growth and global prosperity. The trade and investment relationship between our nations also exemplifies this vision. US companies continue to make significant contributions to Luxembourg's economy. For example, Amazon just recently announced investment over 1 billion euros, I believe, in 2023, adding more than 758 million euros to the country's GDP. And I believe we hear about all of your future plans in the coming years. So we absolutely support that partnership. Not only that, companies such as Amazon, but also Goodyear, Microsoft, PayPal, all of these wonderful American companies employ over 25,000 people here in Luxembourg. And Luxembourg companies maintain an even larger workforce in the United States. Just thinking SES in Northern Virginia outside Washington, almost 1,000 employees. These are all examples, and really there are many, many more that demonstrate the depth and strength of our economic partnership. I realize that we are early days in a new administration, and the world continues to confront us with a number of challenges, big and small, as I've mentioned. But looking around this room, I am confident that Luxembourg and the United States will continue to prosper together. We've been building that relationship now for over a century, and nothing is going to stop that bond. And here today, I see many of the faces that will drive those relationships and those partnerships, fuel our progress, and inspire successes for both our countries as well as the region and the rest of the world. Because ultimately, our relationship is about more than impressive numbers or even government programs. Really, it's about the people, it's about us, it's about those connections. And on that front, especially here in Luxembourg, we are living in one of the most special places in the world. So thank you all. Thank you for the invitation. And I look forward to a very nice event following our keynotes. Thanks again.
Thank you very much, Michael. Thank you very much for your very good explanation of what Amazon is doing going forward, too. One other thing I should say, I could say lots of things about Amazon, but one thing I specifically want to say is that because of the challenges that we are facing going forward, we have decided that we are going to create a government relations management committee, which will be a new committee for AmCham. And we will do that in partnership with the AmCham in Brussels, which is accredited to the to the EU. So there's an AmCham in every country in Europe, but Belgium has two AmChams, one accredited to the country and one accredited to the European Commission. We are on excellent terms with both of them, but specifically with the AmCham accredited to the EU, they have a government relations management committee. And we thought, gee, we have a third of the EU bureaucracy in Luxembourg. We ought to do the same thing. So we have decided to do that. And Italo De Lorenzo from Amazon has kindly agreed to accept the invitation to be the chair of that committee. So he's here tonight. He's a... I think he and I have been friends pretty close to 20 years now, and he's absolutely a wonderful guy, and I'm delighted that he has accepted that role. And there is an opportunity for some other additional people to join and populate that committee. So while you're having your drinks later, if you want to introduce yourself to somebody and have a friendly little chat, I'm not guaranteeing you it will work, but I'm just telling you that there's an opportunity. Okay,